Welcome back, everybody, to the Vintage Sewing Machine Garage YouTube channel. I am making a video today to share with you something that I think I sometimes get a lot of questions about, which is when you see something on the steel of a sewing machine that has been sitting a long time, it's new to you, you know it's old. Sometimes people see things that they think is rust. And based on some of my past videos, you have seen me deal with rust. It can be a struggle. Very often, what you see is actually one of two things. You might be looking at rust. You might be looking at old sewing machine oil that has kind of gotten gummy, because oil, sewing machine oil, it starts out nice and clear when it's new, but with decades and decades of sitting, it does oxidize. It takes a long time, but it does. So there are also times when you might actually have a combination. Now, how can that be? You can see, if you look at the end of these cotton swabs, most of them, you're going to see filth, but notice it's kind of an amber colored, almost an orange colored. And when you see that, you often think of iron oxide or rust, the rust that forms on iron or steel. And it's easy to think, oh no, my machine is rusted. Now, when I got this machine, the needle bar moved, and so did the presser bar. And I have been going through this with my 99% isopropyl alcohol, cleaning it off. And I've got some alcohol. I've got a clean cotton swab here. And I wanted to show this to you because very often you don't know what's here. And how can there be a combination? It's either old oil or rust, isn't it? How could you have both? Keep in mind that one of the upsides to bare steel having been coated in sewing machine oil, even if that oil is old, okay, and whether the machine oil is old and gummy or not, it often can act as a sort of a coating. It can help. It's not guaranteed to prevent rust, but it can slow it down. And sometimes you will get, basically, you're removing old oil and a little bit of oxidation. At least that is the theory here. So what I've been doing is I've been going around, and you can see I just pulled some off here. Let me pull this up to the camera. Maybe you can see that, right? So it's possible. I'm not, I have no way of doing a chemical analysis here. It is very possible that this is a very light surface level of rust, but it didn't pit the steel. Why? And the simple reason is it had a very thin film of oil. Now, many of these machines, or if not all of these machines, when they left the factory, they also had a coating of oil. But over the years, people, they use their machines. One thing I can actually show you, point out right here, this is, those of you who have vintage machines will know this, perhaps, but this is a thread cutter. It's quite sharp here, and it normally, this one sat right here. This is the presser bar, of course, and it's round, but then it tapers. It tapers as you come down to the base of it. And of course, there's the threaded hole where you're going to put, that's where your thumb screw for your presser foot goes. So what I did was I scooted the thread cutter down, and you can see, because it was surrounding, it was fairly snug, it just fits here on pressure. There's nothing to thread on it. But notice how shiny the steel is here. And then above, you see some discoloration, some tarnishing. So I'm actually going to put it, oops, the presser bar wants to come up. I'm going to, I can wiggle this back up because I'm done cleaning. I was just wanting to check under it, and thankfully there was no corrosion at all underneath. So keep in mind that sewing machines often are exposed to the atmosphere, even if it's indoors, and there's always some humidity. I have noticed over the years that machines that I got that were sealed in carry cases, tended to fare slightly better. Some of you may disagree, and that's fine. And the reason I think is they were just sealed away from any of the effects of a moist environment. Now, that doesn't mean that they are moisture proof. And if a machine is stored indoors in climate controlled comfort, then if it's in a case, that can be really helpful. It keeps a lot of the dust off. It can help prevent, because our homes have fluctuations in humidity depending on the time of year. And however, if you have a machine in a case and it is exposed to a lot of humidity, you can get rust and you can also get a lot of mildew funk. So I don't recommend keeping something sealed up in a box if you don't have really good climate control and humidity control. Nonetheless, having gone around, and again, this is the one I just took out today. I've been working on this, but I wanted you to see, you can still see some discoloration. And when you're doing this, you go around, for example, be very mindful. This is why another reason I like to use cotton swabs, right? Because paint finishes do not appreciate solvents of most kinds, including this 99% rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol. It is extremely corrosive to paints. It will, particularly the classic Singer paints with their lovely clear finishes. I believe it was some form of a shellac-based finish. I don't know the actual chemistry. What I do know is that if you drip any alcohol, even diluted alcohol, you can harm the finish. So, if you use a cotton swab like I have here, and you don't drench it, don't drown it in the alcohol. Generally, as long as you're not flicking it around, I have not really had a problem. You've got to be careful, obviously. So now, one of the reasons I do this is not just for the aesthetics of cleaning this up. I want to get this off. I want to know, okay, what's on this, on these exposed parts here, and then once I have that, I can go back with, yes, you guessed it, I have a clean cotton swab, no alcohol, and I can take I can take some drops of sewing machine oil. And I just want to soak it, again, it doesn't need to be dripping or anything. But now that I have new sewing machine oil, I know it seems odd because the old oil was what was showing all that brown coloring, but I'm actually going to go back with it now. Okay? Now, not so much oil that it's going to drip on your fabric, but notice when you do this, it's not, it'll make it shine more, yes, but the main thing you're doing is you are coating the steel, and the oil is going to act as a moisture barrier. Now, there's a downside to that. Oil can also attract dust. You could try a metal polish. That will also help seal the steel. I think polished metals might attract some dust, but I don't know if they're as much of a dust magnet as oil is. And if you think you have too much oil on here, it doesn't take that much to help seal out, exposure to moisture. I can take the dry end of my cotton swab and go back over it if I want. If you have too much, you can mop that up. You don't need to have it slathered. It doesn't need to be dripping in oil. It just needs a very fine coat. And that is going to, it'll look a little nicer, sure, but it's also going to help, prevent further, any further oxidation. It should. That would be my best assertion there. I hope this was a helpful tip for some of you. And like I said, if you get a machine, and many times you get a vintage machine, you may not get it from the original owner. You may get it from someone who doesn't even know about machines, is just trying to get it out of the house or get it, it's you are the last person to rescue this machine before it ends up in the landfill somewhere or the recycling center. So very often you get a machine, you don't know its history, you don't know where it's been, but you get it and you think, okay, what am I dealing with here? Have I got Have I got more discoloration? See a little bit there on the end there. But keep in mind that even if these parts were not moving well and they need to be lubricated on the other end of the bars, right, of these shafts, at least you have an idea that even if you see something that could be rust, you know, I've had machines that had some rust on them and some that were frozen with rust. Most of the time, the rust can be superficial. You know, it can just be a very shallow layer, surface rust, as they sometimes call it. But you want to definitely get that off, because once rust is on steel, it's not going to stop oxidizing. The steel will continue to degrade until you remove the rust. And then again, it's nothing fancy. I could have done a metal polish, but you don't even need to do that. You just take one light coat of sewing machine oil. And again, especially for your presser bar, needs to be oiled, but it's not going to need re-oiling as often as your needle bar, because your needle bar is constantly, going up and down in this cylinder, and it will need oiling, more frequently whenever you're doing a general oiling of your machine, because of course, when you have an oiled machine, it has less friction, which means you get more power from its capacity to sew. I hope this was a helpful tip for some of you. As I was going through this, I realized that some of my viewers are thinking about a vintage machine, or they're thinking about rescuing one, and they're thinking, maybe I can do this myself. And if you saw this, you might like, oh no, this I've got rust, I have a problem. Maybe not. Maybe it's not as bad as you thought it was. And in this case, again, just be mindful that when you are dealing with any solvent, any cleaner for that matter, including the 99% isopropyl alcohol that I find very useful for removing surface rust, not heavy rust, but surface rust and old oil, remember, if you're in doubt or if you're worried, I did not spill any alcohol, but I've used alcohol very often. And again, when you have a cotton swab, it's absorbent, right? It's almost like think of a cotton swab with alcohol. It's kind of like a little sponge. And as long as you don't flick it on anything and send little micro droplets of alcohol flying around, typically you don't get drips. So you can actually safely use something like this 99% isopropyl without damaging your machine's finish. If for any reason you are not sure, then this is something you can actually provide yourself a little bit better insurance and simply take a towel, a nice absorbent towel like this one. It doesn't have to be, just take an old towel. And obviously, I still would not actually put your little container of alcohol. All it takes is knocking this over and you've got alcohol running through the towel onto the machine. But if you want to use alcohol on a cotton swab and you're worried about dropping the swab or, spraying alcohol anywhere, that's fine. Just, like I say, get yourself a towel, and then you can relax and not be so stressed out that you're going to ruin the finish. Again, I can't stress this enough. Paint finishes vary from machine to machine. I don't know much about the FOF finish from this era because this is the first Model 6 I've worked on. Any paint finish, even the ones that come later that are a little stronger, more resistant, can be altered. They can lose their shine, they can dissolve, even with strong cleaners. And again, if you have any sewing machine, when you go back in time to those lovely, beautiful, very shiny black machines, people often think of the classic Singer, but in fact, most sewing machines were black for generations. Those finishes, in order to get their decals, those lovely designs, they would seal them with some sort of shellac-based clear coat. And that clear coat is very, very fragile. And I literally did this once years ago. I had like one drop of alcohol on it. It wasn't even 99%, I think it was 50%, and it dissolved it instantly. and I was really bummed. I had to, try to polish it and mend it as best I could. So there you go. You can remove ugly buildup of old oil, surface rust, old grease, or anything else that has gotten stuck on your machine over time. And hopefully you will have success when you go to work on your machine if you find such filth on any area of a machine that you might try to restore. So don't be afraid of it. Just be mindful of how to be careful with products like any cleaner and certainly with rubbing alcohol. Thank you all for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.